Good morning, beautiful souls. Good afternoon, good evening. Wherever this is, wherever you are, I'm happy to be here with you. Returning community members, welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad you're back. New community members, thank you for checking this out. I hope that you find a nugget or two from this episode, and I hope it inspires you to go back and listen to others. I've been doing this for just over a year now, almost a year and a half, and loving every minute of it, getting such great feedback. And I am just happy to have this opportunity to be here with y'all. So, what's up today? Today is an interesting day. There's a lot going on always in the world, in our worlds, and sometimes we just need a reminder of the why, of our why. And it doesn't have to always be some grandiose, big, I want to change the world why. Although that is amazing. When you connect with that feeling, I know it, and it's so amazing. And the why of getting out of bed for a great cup of coffee, moving our bodies, going through our morning routine, having some peace and quiet to ourselves, and starting our day in the way that we want, and connecting with those that we want, doing the things that we need to do, and having all of that happen and participating and leading that from that center within us that knows joy and understands the little things are the wise. I have the good fortune of being able to work with amazing women. I both my clients and the coaches and professional masterminds I belong to. And I just am overjoyed by the opportunities to be able to make all of the connections, all of the different ways. So as I'm getting ready to record this morning, and it is early here in California, and I really, my why is about showing up for y'all. Whatever area of work or life or community that we intersect, I take joy and love being present for people and making a positive impact. That is like my core and my driving force and my passion and my reason for getting up with energy in the morning. So I am getting ready for the process of recording my episode and going through my routine, and I just feel like, yeah, I feel great and still. So I noticed a message from one of the women that I work with very closely, and there was a private video for our mastermind group, and I gotta say, it just was exactly what I needed to hear. I hope that sometimes I'm that message for you because I know how it feels. And I gotta say, it felt fabulous this morning to be reassured that I'm on the right path, that it reconnected something that had loosened. You know how when you have a cord that's loose and it doesn't quite connect all the way, so your power is not 100%. That's kind of how I felt. And with her words and her energy, it plugged it in all the way. And so my connection feels secure. All of that to say, we all have a why, and we all have our gifts that inherently support our ability to make our why come true, if you will. And while it is very critical for those of us that are entrepreneurs, it's critical for those of us that want to live our best lives. And that sounds cliche, but you know what I mean. It's like enjoying our life even when it's not perfect, being present for all of the things, whether or not they feel good, air quoting for those that are on audio, or not. We have the opportunity in this day and age, in this moment, especially as women leaders in businesses, communities, homes. neighborhoods. It is our time. And I know it doesn't feel like that often. And still, it is. This is our time. We are needed. Our gifts and our energies are needed more than ever. And I know I say that a lot. And I say it because I want you to remember that it's so important. And because, especially because, and especially when we don't feel it in our day-to-day life, we could look around at external circumstances and say, yeah, you say that, Leah, but I don't really know. I'm not really seeing it. I know, and I can see it and I can feel it. And when I have conversations with you all, when I'm working with my clients and in my mastermind world and my working with my coaches, it is there. It is palpable. And I really want you to remember that, especially when your connection feels loose, not disconnected, maybe disconnected, but definitely even just a little bit loose and shaky. And we all have those moments. My goodness, we're human after all, right? So it's about connecting to that bigger picture on those days, in those moments where you just are not feeling it. Like getting out of bed, going to the meeting, serving whatever on whatever committee, getting the kids up and out and all of the things. Sometimes it's just you're not vibing with it. And I get it. And I encourage you to stop and be present for just as a couple of moments if that's all you have. Take deep breaths, be present, and connect to that why, to that gift, those gifts that you're bringing to the world. And it is a combination of things, right? Like we all, for especially for women, we have so many roles in life, right? We are business owners. We are working in someone else's business and we want to be our best and do our best. We have children or grandchildren that we are impacting the lives of, and we want to be our best and do our best for them. And we're running community organizations and we're running nonprofits and we're part of community collaboratives and we're participating in the business of life. You'll notice that you fulfill certain roles. You have a set of skills. You have a set of gifts. Sometimes the gifts don't necessarily align with the skills. Sometimes, for me, I have certain things that I'm inherently good at that come easy to me. And I have other things, my gifts that I really enjoy, and they're not necessarily always the same. And I find myself, yep, I'll do that. Yep, I'll be the president. Yep, I'll be the treasurer, all the things. And then I'm like, why did I do that? Just because you can doesn't mean you should or you shouldn't, you have to. So I really want to encourage you to get back to that center of the why and the unique gifts of things that bring you joy, not just the things that you know you're good at and you can do it, sure you can, but the things that bring you joy and use your unique gifts, whatever those are. So, for example, when you are out and about in the community, you could be the person that always people always feel comfortable talking with. Like you create a safe space, you're trustworthy, you're honest, you're vulnerable, you receive them where they are, and in turn, usually they receive you where you are. That's a gift. And I think that we forget that sometimes that these human elements are so important. And again, I say this all the time, more now, more than ever before. And that's for a lot of reasons. Number one, we are on hyper overdrive most of the time. So just being present in the moment with someone and for someone is magical. Slowing down enough to look eye to eye and have that conversation. Could be joyful, could be tearful, could be all of the above. And just creating that safe space, that's a gift. So remember that and don't take it lightly. Other gifts that come naturally to you are do you love to organize things? Are you the one that loves to organize events and has people over your house, or you create events other places? Again, gifts. And if you get joy out of that, oh my gosh, sister, go for it. Help others set up the environment and the event, whether it's just a coffee for your best friend, or you have 20 people over for a dinner party or cocktails, or you have an event at your neighborhood community center, whatever it is, enjoy it and step fully into it. And it is, especially for those of us ambitious, high achieving women, we're always looking at, what is this big thing that I can do? And, we really want to like knock it out of the park. We want to do the big thing all of the time. Um, if you're like me and my clients, anyway, and it is sometimes gets lost in all of that. What gets lost in all of that is the joy and the remembering of the things. Oh yeah, I really love to do that. Like I want to have a group of women over to build a terrarium, or let's go and do a paint night or a paint date, or let's go for a hike. It brings me joy to be in nature, it brings me joy to be with friends. Make it happen. And I know I'm running the gamut of like professional to personal to all of the things that may or may not sound like they belong on this podcast. But what I want you to know, and what you do know if you listen to me for more than 5 minutes, is that it's all us. And that's what I'm all about, is not siloing the parts of ourselves that are our whys, are our unique gifts, are the things that bring us joy, are the things that connect us to each other. Because at the end of the day, it's all of it. And the more we connect with all of it, and the more that we look at our lives in its entirety instead of like one piece of us at a time, the more frequently we will experience those connections and those feelings of joy and the ability to make impact, create change in our lives, in the lives of others, in our community, in our world. Because ripple, ripple, ripple. That's again, it's all connected. This embodying and really living into our aligned selves. And so much of what I do is the alignment piece of it. Because when we look at our lives in silos or components and not connect them and live into all of them, and that's not to say that you can do all of them at 150% and be a 10 out of 10 every single day, because we know that's not true, right? We could be mom and hard at 150% and have the most amazing day and feel like we failed or didn't do 150% in our businesses, at work, in our community. That's all part of it, right? It's being present for all of it and navigating all of it with intentionality. And you can't do that without presence, right? So, long, kind of winded way to remind us and to remind you of what is important to you. Like asking that question if you forget. We do sometimes. I mean, all of us forget sometimes. This life is moving at such a fast pace. I'm old enough to know and remember. And I know I say this a lot with my family. Like, I know I'm sounding like I'm 90 years old right now, but it's true. Like, things are moving so fast, especially when you can remember a time a couple decades ago when it wasn't like that yet. And I just really, really, I encourage women on the regular to take a beat, right? Things are coming at us so fast. We have all of the information available to us at our fingertips. We subscribe to every podcast in the world that we love. We listen to all of the leaders that we want to be impacted by and learn from. We watch them on YouTube. We listen to them on podcasts, and we have their audiobooks and we read their books, and we subscribe to their programs and their communities, and all of the information is coming at us so fast in addition to our daily life, in addition to all of the things that we've always done, right? So I again want to bring it back home with the core message. And the core message is you are unique. You have gifts and treasures and talents and magic that no one else has. Every single one of you has that, has that within you. We all do. And it's so easily forgotten. And I don't want you to forget that. I want to know about it. I want to feel it. And I want to see you living fully into it because I know what happens when you do. I get to see it every day in the women that I work with. And I am so inspired by women remembering that and stepping fully into it and aligning themselves and embodying all of their wonderfulness and stepping in to their power and out in their leadership. I love that so much. And I want that for you. And I want this podcast always on some level, in some way, to help you remember that. Whatever the component is, what I'm talking about, whatever the message it is, but that is always the message in the subtext, in the energy, is I want you to remember how magical you are and how lucky we are that you are here on this planet right now. And your why, whether it is why should I get out of bed right now, or why should I start this next business, or why should I lead this project for my community organization, or why should I take my kid to this after school activity. It's all about your genius, your gifts, your magic, and coming back to that on repeat in a world that discourages that, in a world that wants us distracted so that we lose focus on these things that are deep and meaningful and inspirational and encouraging to ourselves and to others. And I want that for you. I want you to be a part of that. I want you to affect that. I want you to be affected by it. And you can do it. You do it every day. So remember, bring your beauty, bring your joy, bring your magic, bring your inspiration out to play every single day. Even if it's only for a few minutes, even if that's all you got in you, connect to it every single day. We need it. We need you. And I want to thank you for being a part of my community. I want to thank you for listening to this podcast, watching it on YouTube. I am so grateful for the opportunity to serve, to be a part of your life. And I do not take it lightly. I am so overwhelmed with gratitude, deep gratitude, and awe every single day. And I want to say thank you. And I want to say, reach out, DM me, email me. If you think someone could benefit from this message today, share this episode. Follow, subscribe, like, all of those things that help me get in front of others that may need my message. And I just want people and women to step into who they are, to live that aligned, embodied life because we deserve it. We deserve it for ourselves. We deserve it for each other. And the world not only deserves us, they need us. Beautiful souls, I am so grateful. And I will see you next time. I will talk to you next time. Make it an amazing day. Big love.